Well, hey there, and welcome back to another secondhand adventure video. Today I wanted to share with you a neat little kind of gadget, if you will, that I have been interested in for a while and playing with for a minute. You folks probably don't know that I'm a bit interested in flint and steel firecraft. It's just neat history and fun stuff. It's a neat little trick, especially when kids see it for the first time. You kind of do a little magic for them, and it's pretty neat. Today, though, what I wanted to show you is kind of a offshoot of the kind of flint and steel fire called the Tonteldoos. And what I have here is one that I've been using for a while that I made myself. And all this is the spent cartridge from a 7.62x54R from a Mosin Nagant rifle that has had the primer end chopped off with a hacksaw and the neck down end chopped off with a hacksaw and kind of filed for burrs to kind of smooth it out, make it more comfortable to handle. And that's the copper part. And the other part is just cotton rope, if you will, cotton twine from a mop head. 100% cotton from a mop head. Cost me like $5, hundreds of strands of this little rope. And you just put the two together. Once you've lit the end on fire for the first time, then it leaves kind of a charred end inside there. You pull the cotton back inside and put your finger over the end, and that puts out the ember that you start with one of these guys, or any spent lighter that still has a flint. All this is a strike-a-light. So you strike the ember onto the coal catches here, and then over here off camera I have some jute twine. Jute twine makes a great fire tinder if you can't find something dry and easily handy in the woods where you want to make your fire. And this is four strands like this. These thin strands are twisted together. This one here, you can see I've kind of started untwisting, and you just kind of twist it the opposite direction that it was spun when they made it. And then when you've got a little bit of working frayed end, you just kind of parse it apart a little bit, just kind of spread it apart in your hands to give it some body, if you will. Put some distance between each fiber individually, because what you want is a bird's nest in the end, not so much fine hairs, or certainly not a twine or a rope. You want something like this. And here's some other. We're going to lay these all together and just kind of start to pull them away from each other, but not apart. I'm just kind of teasing, if you will, these fibers into a plump little clump that we like to call a bird's nest in firecraft. And that's probably more than plenty for our demonstration purposes. Today, here is our bird's nest. We're going to set that aside for a second. Back to our Tonteldoos. We just kind of thread it like a screw, pushing the cotton up from the bottom until we have some up top here to work with. You don't want it to be too packed in on itself. If it's too densely packed, it won't take a coal, won't take a spark. And we'll show you how that works, hopefully. One thing about this particular type of fire lighting tool is, one, it does take patience. And two, if you don't actually light a fire with it regularly, what happens is the good parts that you would use. Now it's going to make me a liar on camera. That's great. Really? Well, we'll try a little trick here. See if we can't rough it up some and expose something that'll take one of them sparks. I should have prepped this, but that doesn't make for real. Oh. Doesn't make for real, like, you know, teaching. If I fake it, then it's not real. I don't know if you can see it or not. We got a little ember started and a little smoke happening. I'm just going to blow on it. Wave it in the air a little bit, get it started. Oh, don't put it out, Bear, don't put it out. We got it still. It's a little tricky, but it's something fun to play with. You know, it's a skill to develop for fun. You might be able to see now. Quite a good little ember. There's my unlit cigarette, if you can see that. What we're going to do now is we're going to take that bird's nest. So we're just going to lay the Tonteldoos into the bird's nest and give it some oxygen. I can already see it wants to start catching some of it. I'm going to do some maintenance on this guy here. I've got a good ember, but I've got to kind of offset two of these different strands, if you will. And I would like very much to get them back in line. There we go. That's one of them. If I get them all back to kind of even, they might help catch. And I'm going to kind of help all of it back out the top again. There we go. Perfect. Something in here is moist. I can hear it sizzling. We're going to keep at it because we will get a fire. What's going on here? Wow, it's burning out from between my fingers, but it won't actually take a light. Yeah, my tinder must be wet, because it's just burning a hole out of itself. You can see it's kind of black in the middle here. There it goes. Hopefully you saw that. It's in there, but it's on fire. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching me mess around with the fire kit. Once you're done making a fire with it, or trying to make a fire with it, you just pull back on this guy here. That'll help put it out to some degree. Like, make sure that coal is good and deep in there. Put your thumb over it a few times. Make sure you're not going to burn yourself. And then just leave your thumb over the top of it. And that'll choke off all the oxygen. And you'll have it again to try another fire next time. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see y'all on down the trail.